Welcome back, everyone. So we are back in Lynn Matava's kitchen today. Lynn is a nutrition educator with the University of Maryland Extension.
And this time Lynn has a recipe using only 2 ingredients, chicken and salsa. Let's check it out.
Today we're going to talk about one of the most versatile and budget-friendly cuts of meat, the chicken thigh. Not only is it affordable, but it's a little bit higher in fat than the breast, and it's going to mean it's very forgiving and it's really difficult to overcook. So I'm going to show you one of my family's favorite recipes, we'll call it. It only has 2 ingredients and it's quick and easy and full of flavor. But first let's talk about a little kitchen safety. Chicken has a higher bacteria content than a lot of other meat that you might have in your refrigerator, so we want to make sure that we're always storing it on the bottom, that we wash our hands and any surfaces after handling, and that we never ever wash the chicken. The bacteria on this chicken can easily become aerosolized, and what happens is it can spread about 3 feet in diameter from your sink all over the kitchen and cross-contaminate everything else, and we don't want to do that. So now that we have the safety down, let's get started. As I said, this is super simple. Because I'm doing this for you here, I'm going to put on some gloves just to keep my hands clean. I'm just trying to keep the contamination at bay while I'm doing this. And so all we're going to do is put this chicken in a bowl. I've got a jar of salsa. And this is a salsa that isn't loaded with a lot of extra salt stuff. It has a little, but my chicken is stuck to my paper towel. So it's going to add some salt, lots of flavor. Again, we're pretty much controlling what we put on this food by making it at home, and you're going to only be getting about a serving size or less of this salsa when all is said and done. And then all I'm doing is just taking my hands to make sure I work this around good and get every bit of this chicken covered. Once you've done this, there's a few ways we could go about preparing this. My favorite way is going to be putting this on the grill, and we're going to cook this for about 15-20 minutes until it's nice and crispy. You could also do this under a broiler. I just wouldn't put it too close to it, maybe about 10 inches or so from the broiler so you don't catch anything on fire, and that would be like grilling it indoors. But you could also even just put it in a pan and cook it that way with a little bit of non-stick spray. And we're back with this chicken from the grill. It is nice and crispy on the outside. It's got some good char. It's going to be nice and juicy and flavorful on the inside. We have checked the temperature to make sure that it registers to 165 degrees, which is how we know we've killed off all that harmful bacteria and that we're lowering the risk of foodborne illness. So there you have it. This is super easy, and it is something that I highly recommend you try when you're in a pinch for a quick weeknight meal. But other things you can do with this, you can slice this up nice and thin. You can put it on sandwiches or in wraps. It's great on salads. I love it as a replacement for luncheon meat, because remember, whenever we are using something that we prepare at home, like chicken breast or thighs or turkey breast, we are controlling that fat, sugar, salt, and all the added ingredients, and we're making sure that we have a little bit of control over what we're eating. And so this is a great lunch replacement here. So I highly recommend you give this a try, and if you do, let us know what you think.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all of Nutrition Educator Lynn Matava's tips and tricks on our website. Just head on over to WMDT.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.
And you can share your version of this delicious recipe by using the hashtag UMDYum.
While I might not eat it necessarily, I definitely always prep meal for my family, and that's definitely a good one to throw in. I'm more of a crock pot girl because I'm gone all day, so
okay,
that's a good one
My
to throw in the crock pot.
stomach's telling me that I would like that meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely back in the day, I actually worked at the dining hall at school, so
okay.
I have some experience preparing chicken, and yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know
Chicken
that, did you?
connoisseur, I like it.
I do love my chicken.
Okay, good
Eat
to
more
know.
chicken, right?
You do that.
I to each their own.